She waited for me, but I came back too late. She was standing by the old oak tree, the same one we carved our names into as kids. Her eyes met mine, but something was different. Her smile was still soft, but not for me anymore. I had come back, just like I promised. But fate, it didn't wait for me. If you've ever held on to someone long after they were gone, or believed in a love that time couldn't erase, this story is for you. Click that like button and stay with me, because sometimes coming back doesn't mean you're not already too late. There's something about growing up in a small town. You know everyone, and everything feels permanent. Or at least it used to. Her name was Elena, and from the time we were 8 years old, she was my gravity. Freckles scattered across her nose like stardust, eyes that crinkled when she laughed, and this fierce little spark in her chest that made you feel like anything was possible. She loved sunflowers. She hated goodbyes. And me, I loved her, but I never said it out loud. We were best friends. Everyone knew it. We were that inseparable pair. Bike rides in summer, fireflies in jars, late-night dares by the lake. And then we grew up. Life got louder. So did our dreams. I got accepted into a college across the country. Journalism. Big city. Big shot future. She was staying behind, working at her father's bookstore, taking care of her younger sister after her mom passed. Her whole world was here. I still remember that night, just days before I left. We sat under that same old oak tree. "Promise me," she whispered, barely audible over the crickets. "You won't forget me." I didn't answer with words. I kissed her instead. Soft. Scared. Like every feeling I'd ever buried suddenly spilled into the summer air. And then I left. We wrote letters. Old-fashioned ones. Because that was Elena's style. She'd spray them with her perfume, lavender and old books. I'd press my nose to the page like a fool and read them over and over again. She told me about her sister's graduation, about the cat that started sleeping on her porch, about missing me. I told her about deadlines and city lights and how every song reminded me of her. "Come back to me," she'd always end the letter. "Just come back to me." And I promised every single time. Soon. But soon turned into someday, and someday got lost in time. Then the letter stopped. No explanation. Just silence. I called. No answer. Wrote. Nothing. Maybe I should have gone back then. But I told myself she needed space. That life gets in the way. That maybe she'd write again. She didn't. Years passed. I graduated. Got a job. Moved on, tried to. But some part of me was still 17, still under that tree, still hearing her say, "Don't forget me." 8 years. It took me 8 years to return. I came back with a worn heart and a suitcase full of guilt. My first stop wasn't home. It was the oak tree, and she was there, hair a little shorter, smile still soft. She was holding the hand of a little girl, and a man stood beside her. Her husband. She looked at me. I looked at her, and for a moment, time folded in on itself. I wanted to run to her, to scream I'm sorry, that I still loved her, that I never stopped, but I didn't. She walked up to me slowly. "Hey, stranger," she said, her voice cracking. "Hey," I replied, the word tasting like regret. Then she whispered something I'll never forget. I waited. I really did, but I couldn't wait forever. I nodded, because how could I ask her to? We talked for a while. Small things. Polite things. She told me her daughter's name was June, named after the month we shared our first kiss. I wanted to ask if she was happy, but I didn't. I could see it, in her eyes, and I think that hurt most of all, knowing I wasn't part of the happiness she finally found. Before she left, she reached into her bag. She handed me a bundle of old, yellowed letters mine. I kept them, she said. Every word, every promise. I held them like they were pieces of my own soul. And as she walked away, her daughter laughing ahead of her, the man who now held her heart gently placing his hand on her back, I whispered to the wind, "I did love you, Elena. I still do." Some love stories don't end with a kiss. They end with a lesson that if you love someone, really love them, you have to show up before it's too late. Because time waits for no one, and neither does the heart. If this story touched something in you, share it with someone who once meant everything, or someone who still does. And don't forget to subscribe, because sometimes the love stories that hurt the most are the ones we never tell out loud.